Every story told long enough ends in death. Hemingway. Alan here, coming at you today with a review of The Baron in the Trees by Italo Calvino. This was a buddy read with Daniela at Uncommon Reader, and this book was given to me by Tom at LA Books a couple of years ago. So it was a real pleasure and a treat to read it with Daniela. And if you know her, she's Italian, so I do have questions. We have been talking a bit about the book, but admittedly I'm ignorant about like the restoration. This book was written in 57, so, and it's not a spoiler. You don't know if he dies or not in the end. I might get to that. Well, I'll get to the end for sure, but it takes place in the summer. It starts in the summer of 1767. Cosimo, the long last name, is the main character, but it's told, and I tended to forget. You tend to forget in the midst of it. It's told by his kid brother, and which makes for a really interesting narrative and perspective, because the perspective is from a man who lives in the trees, and he's a baron, supposedly in line to be the duke. So this youngster takes off and decides he's going to live in the trees. Now I can't wait to hear the allegories and things about happening war-wise in Italy at the time, and Napoleon is in here, and my knowledge of Napoleon basically comes from reading War and Peace. I don't have a real inclination to learn about that period of war. The only war I'm kind of into is the Civil War, regarding reading books about it and that. But this book, so you got a guy, he's living in the trees, and he learns and meets others who give him tips on like how to sleep at night. He makes a comfy little bag to sleep upright in the trees. Learns how to eat, what food he hunts. He makes a hat out of a cat. Sorry, Greg and others. That was a bit disturbing, but it goes in the story. He does become political. He falls in love, has a relationship. He does. They put up curtains, but he has adventures. Has a dog who he trains. The dog helps him hunt, and but he never touches the ground. People tempt him. People beg him to come back. His father, the Duke, begs him to come back. Nope. He prefers not to. He lives his whole life in the trees. It's a trip. All this adaptability, and he's but then he grows old, and his brother, it turns quite sad. His brother says even seafarers, come off the boat, but has a uplifting, great ending. Love the ending and ties it in. A lot of foreign languages peppered within it, from German, I think Russian, a lot of French in the end. Chapter 29. I know I missed a lot between the lines. I tried to do the best I could. But so thank you, Tommaso. Thank you, Daniela. Great buddy read. And let me know if you've read the book. Get classic. And I'm tempted to read some more. But I'll I would reread this too. Fast read. All right. Thanks. Talk to you later.